Well, good day all. Ira Epstein, and here we are with your Spider ETF stock market wrap-up. And this wrap-up is for Thursday, and we are sitting here now on the 9th of March, 2023. Getting on about 6:35, 6:40 p.m. now. All right, tomorrow's your jobs report. But if you look behind me, remember that song, Sea of Love? Come with me. I have the worst voice. Well, we don't have Sea of Love. We got a Sea of Red. You've got gold was up today as traders are panicking as they watch the stock markets come apart. So they ran to that, and they ran to the silver market slightly. But beyond that, oh boy, just downs. Now, ARK is buying again in big quantities Tesla, so they're married together, and that's where Cathie Wood's bet seems to lie. Everything else getting hit is traders don't know what to do in front of this 2-day big event. The first part of the event is going to be the jobs report. We'll see just what that comes out. The guess is 224,000 jobs. I would say anything under 200,000, it means maybe we're getting a wobble in the demand for labor. I'd say now, from what I'm reading, anything over 300,000 will be considered very strong data. They'll also look to see, do we get a revision coming at the market from the 517,000 jobs? I can't even imagine if they revised it higher. I wouldn't know what to do with that, but lower is possible. Then we walk into Monday morning, the CPI numbers. And then after that, we can breathe. So you have to decide, are you a hero or do you want to pick up the pieces afterwards? I'm the kind of guy that picks up the pieces afterwards. Because even if I knew the number, let's assume it's 250,000 jobs, falls in between. What do you do with it? Where am I? Where do I go? How do you protect yourself? Because if you're watching this market swing, the volatility is extreme. Number two, are you trading the value of your stocks, if that's what you're doing, or are you trading the emotion of the market? Well, if you're an investor, you don't need the emotion of the market. You want to be trading whatever it is. If this is giving you on drops like some companies coming down, SVB Bank tonight, down another 20 some odd %, you think, oh, that's a bank I want to own. Well, you're getting your opportunities. If it's like a Silvergate, well, you had an opportunity and you're going to lose your money as they're going out of business. There's so many cross currents. To make matters even worse, I read a report no more than 30, 40 minutes ago where key researchers from the Federal Reserve in New York came out with a big blog report today and says they have not been doing their analysis, their models needed an adjustment, and they've got it. Inflation is stickier by a lot than the models called for in the January numbers. That isn't good, okay? What's that going to mean for the CPI numbers coming out? Admittedly, that's the New York Fed. It's the big boy, though. That is the big boy, all right? And that isn't a very good thing. When I read that, I went, uh-oh, because I've been saying that I'm not buying that inflation's just going to go away. You don't just turn it on and turn it off. And I understand what people are saying with rents, that they're coming down. From what level? If you take something up 30% and you take it down 3%, you're telling me, well, it's falling. Okay, but you know the reality, all right? It just went up net 27% overall. That's what's going on, and that they allude to that. So it was an interesting report, and I felt some vindication in it. If we take a look, let's come here to the SPY. And I don't want to keep going with this indefinitely, but these next 2 days are very important. The market's now back down and challenging these lows. The pattern today turned bearish. Now, if I come back from today, real important, let's do that right here. Here we go. Okay. You had a lower low, higher high pattern. What you did today was you had an outside day down. Real important. Now, have you taken my outside day course? It's crucial. Is this a continuation pattern? Is it laying a trap if you take out today's high? If you take that out, where might the market go? And if it's a continuation, where are you going? I cover this on the course. Just go to our website at iraepstein.com and you'll see in the area of education outside day course. Well, first goal, when you had the outside day, you were right on top of the 200 and the 100-day averages. You're there. What's the next target for the market? Bollinger Band, 388.88. Okay, so we'll see what happens. Where's the resistance if we go up? Back at the 18-day average of closes. What about if you break further? Well, if you break a lot further, you got to start looking all the way back here last October. It's back behind me, right over here. See it? Whoa. I'm not saying it's going there. I want to see the reports. I want to be able to digest what's said, and so do so many other traders. But today you had something to whip everybody. In the morning, we're going up. If you were watching the markets, you saw that. And then mid-morning, not afternoon, mid-morning, it started to come apart, and it just kept coming right into the end of the day. Are you oversold? Absolutely. Did the pros take money off the table today? Listen to me, they did. First challenge of a 200, 100-day average, professional money that model programs, in my opinion, take money on the first challenge of those numbers, the first challenge of Bollinger Bands as well. Got it? It's the percentage play. It's not about the home run. Oh, this is it, where the market's going to go down to 360. There's other ways to catch that, or you tried to catch it. This is in front of you, and that's what they do. It'll also give them ammunition if they want to sell rallies. What about UGA? Well, the market's now back into a downtrend. Could it be coming back down to 56.29? Oh, it could. Is the market got any fundamental reason why it fell there? Not really, not just yet. So we wait. I said it was early. It's only March 9th. I'm not buying. I can tell you that for my futures traders. I was very clear today. I said, this is not, to me, the area that I want to be a buyer. I don't like the dollar risk. I don't like the setup just yet, and I don't like the timing of the trade. The timing's right upon us. This break, if it's a nice one, could set the low up in the market. So, and I'm still going to be surprised if this low is taken out. I'm not expecting that. Maybe you can get to the Bollinger Band if you get a panic tomorrow with the dollar soaring, the report that comes out in the jobs absolutely crushing the markets, everything around it would then fail. But I don't know that's going to happen. I don't have the slightest darn idea. In the video, the market acts like a market that's got some willing profit takers up here. Over and over, each one of these spikes that go right by each other, you're backing off. Are you embedded? Well, both numbers are certainly over 80. They were over 80 yesterday. They were over 80 the day before. So I know you're embedded. You see that? So that was the day it wasn't, was last Friday. So you got 4 days in a row where you're there. Do I think the traders will reach tomorrow because you're embedded? Let me answer this. No. Let me repeat. No. Why? You closed at the low of the day. You've got a reading here. If you open steady, you're going to lose the embedded reading right on the opening. Doesn't mean it can't come back later. Watch. Learn. Tesla. Kathy Woods, buying, and they're giving her airtime tonight at 7 o'clock on CNBC. At least that's what I heard, to explain again how wonderful an investment Tesla is and how she's been loading up on it. She did so in January and February, and guys, she did really well. So let me explain that. She nailed the market in this time frame, and she's using this break to buy again. So I'm not knocking her. I don't understand why she gets so much airtime on CNBC. I've always wondered that when she was one of the worst performing funds of the year. I mean, there's plenty of people to interview, but they love her because she's the techie. She's always going to be out there taking the high road on the tech. I don't know if you saw today, Kramer on AMD talking about a famed analyst who's got this cycle work that goes. Have you ever seen seasonal cycles in futures? There's a number of services that put them out. I use them all the time. And well, this gentleman apparently has got one on AMD and he's got some signals, so Kramer's all nuts with it. I'm waiting for Kramer to say that they did something, because remember, there's a fund that takes the opposite side of every trade that Kramer does. You can look it up, Google it, and see how they're doing. I'm not knocking it or the other. I'm just bringing it out. Higher highs, lower lows. Looks to me like you've just got a financial collapse on your hands here. I tell my traders to never sell under a Bollinger Band, but this market's not through. It's going to punish people. XLI, the industrial sector, an outside day down. What do you do with outside days? Take my course. I'm not going to sit here and teach you. These are the signals you look for, all right? Not quite there in stocks, just drifting. This has been such a difficult market because it's hanging basically at the 18-day average, just drifting sideways. In the home builders, well, you know what happens if interest rates are going to soar because of tomorrow's report and the CPI. You'll be down here before you know what's going on. But in the meantime, you went from the lower quadrant of the band to the 18 and you just keep going back and forth. When you get a sideways action in Bollinger Bands, from my money, I run away from it. Run. Can't get away from it quick enough. Don't want to even look at the charts. XLE, the energy, well, if you're going to raise interest rates, you're putting a tax on people one way or the other. If we go, others go. Now, that's not always true, right? We saw the Bank of Canada is going to hold. Australia might be the next. Peru held today. I know you'll go, Peru, what's he talking about? Yes, they have an economy, a good one in terms of copper and a few other things, believe me. But they're holding. So there are economies where their inflation is starting to fall. But we're the big industrial economy and consuming economy. We're the granddaddy. What's going on with it? And that's what you got to watch. But if that tax is there, well, the first support comes in 87.85, the 100-day average. Then 81.90, I guess, is the next key number after that, the Bollinger Band. Gold rallied back to the 18-day average as people look for what they think is a safe haven. I think it's stupid. You want safe haven? Buy a T-bill. You got 5%. Why are you buying gold to do that? Silver bouncing off the lower Bollinger Band, but it might embed and just add another level to misery. Copper market, yes. I've been bearish the market. I'm the big bull long term, but not now. Not when all this going on. This is bearish to copper. Why? Because China pulled the rug from under it. They've got their party Congress going and they've not said one word to support this market. And if you're looking at the LME warehouses, how they've grown with it, you might be thinking it's an arbitrage or maybe they're trying to dump copper somebody that they've accumulated. Not a bullish picture. That's what I've seen. In TLT, neutral. You're just hanging between the 100-day and the 18-day average of closes. In the dollar, you got up to the Bollinger Band. You're coming back for support at the 100. What do you do with that? Are we embedded? So let's take a look. Both numbers over 80, both over 80, both over 80. You're embedded. Not the day before, but now you're embedded. So by tomorrow, are you going to hold this and be running to the upside or not? Again, what a day to embed, right? Because tomorrow is the big report. And last, in the euro, down to the support at the Bollinger Band and bouncing. That's about all that you can say with it. Tomorrow's so important, I can't begin to tell you. And we will be, as a firm, Linn Associates, who I'm part of, they will be writing report upon report that you want to look at. They'll be covering the stock indices, the currencies, the bonds, the note market. Then we'll be going into the precious metals. They'll be writing about this left and right. How does whatever's going to happen to the dollar affect our commodities, the energy markets? If you're trading these ETFs, they're all based on what this does. And a lot of them buy the futures contracts, and that's what they're actually holding or selling. So you want to see what we're doing. And we give it with graphs and everything. Tomorrow, it'll be overtime. I'm sure they're ordering food in, and they'll just be sitting there writing. So how do you get it set up? Tonight. It's really simple. Tonight. Go up here, give a click, go to the free offers, sign up for all you want right there when you hit that. It'll take you right into the area. You can go to the website under free offers. You could even call my staff tomorrow, not tonight. I'm Ira Epstein. I can't wait for the morning because when I put out the morning flash, which I'll start recording around 8:15, I'll already have in hand the jobs report. I'll give you the best analysis I can at that time. See you then.